Xiaomu rested a hand thoughtful against his chin as he looked out across the dungeon chamber. Although I've already reached the core formation realm, my comprehension and formation mastery are still at the peak of the foundation establishment realm. Glancing sideways at the three demon kings happily tearing into their food, a sly smile touched his lips. Before breaking out of here, I need to farm a few more rewards. Turning back toward the beasts, he called out casually, once you're done eating, come here. Gueha wiped his mouth, looking up curiously. Boss, what are your orders? Standing in front of a small wooden chalkboard with a pointer in hand, Xiaomu pointed to the simple equations written in chalk. Come on, recite the multiplication table after me first, he instructed smoothly. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2. The boar demon scratched its head in total confusion, drool still dripping from its fangs. Boss, you don't have to teach us. We all know that 9 times 9 is 71. Xiaomu stopped dead in his tracks, a single sweat drop forming at his temple as he stared blankly at the three beast demons. These three aren't even as smart as senior sister Lu's little spirit beast, he realized, suppressing a quiet sigh. Despite their hopeless arithmetic, the familiar translucent interface materialized before him, flashing a welcome system notification. You taught the demon clan knowledge, triggering a 1000 times reward. Your comprehension has greatly increased. A subtle, satisfied smirk returned to his face. But this is enough. Lowering his pointer and folding his arms, Xiaomu addressed the relieved beasts. Forget it, I won't make things difficult for you. Why, the three demon kings cheered in unison. Pulling out a blank scroll, Xiaomu prepared his brush. I'll draw some divine rune patterns. Just study them carefully. The three demon kings leaned in close, their eyes widening as they crowded around the paper. A bright blue system interface materialized once more before Xiaomu. You taught divine rune knowledge, triggering a 1000 times reward. Your comprehension has greatly increased, and your formation mastery has greatly improved. A subtle smile touched Xiaomu's lips as the knowledge merged into his mind. Just as I thought, formation mastery can trigger rewards too. Resting his chin against his hand, his eyes narrowed as he began calculating future possibilities. Even these three fools can generate such huge rewards. If I take in a few more talented disciples, wouldn't I be able to farm even more rewards? An ambitious grand plan formed in his mind, imaging himself surrounded by fiery spiritual energy atop an altar, teaching dozens of attentive disciples seated before him. What if I founded a sect and taught all my disciples in a single lesson? Wouldn't that mean I could farm all the resources my entire sect needs just by teaching a lesson? Shaking the vision from his head, Xiaomu turned his focus back to the present. But that's something for the future. Right now, the priority is getting out of here. Turning toward Xiongxia, Zhu Zhao, and Gueha, Xiaomu raised a clenched fist, his voice ringing out with resolute authority. It's time to leave this dark place. We swear to follow boss to the death, the three demon kings roared in unison, pumping their fists into the air. Moments later, the darkness of the subterranean pit shattered as Xiaomu mounted a massive, golden flying sword. Igniting his fiery aura, he shot upward through the crumbling stone shafts, with the three beast demons surging right behind him in a wave of blue spiritual power. As they sped upward through the cavernous vertical pit, Xiaomu looked ahead, his brow furrowing as the passage seemed to stretch on endlessly. This dungeon is really that big? There's still no sign of an exit. Suddenly, his instincts flared, making his eyes widen in realization. Something's wrong. Looking up at the dark, swirling ceiling above them, he spotted faint, purple runic circles glowing ominously in the air. There's a formation in the dungeon that's causing us to lose our sense of direction. Bringing 2 fingers to his forehead, Xiaomu focused his enhanced mental acuity to analyze the intricate ley lines of the barrier locking them in. If it were before, I definitely wouldn't have been able to break this formation, but things are different now. A confident smirk appeared on his face as he locked his gaze onto a glowing node above. With my peak core formation mastery, breaking a mere trapping formation is nothing. Riding his golden flying sword through the air, he thrust a sharp finger forward toward a luminous point in the dark ceiling. The formation's core is over there, he shouted to the demon kings following close behind. Gathering 3 distinct elemental energies into his hands, green, orange, and purple light flared violently around his body. Next, I need to bombard the formation with wood, fire, and lightning spiritual energy. Unleashing his combined technique in rapid succession, Xiaomu directed the three elemental forces straight into the core node. Everlasting Life Arc. A surge of vibrant green wood energy tore upward. Swirling lightning ring. A crackling arc of purple lightning spiraled through the air. Blazing flame palm. A massive burst of golden-orange fire exploded alongside the other two elements. The three distinct elemental beams collided directly against the formation core, detonating into a blinding flash of white shockwaves. Violent cracking sounds echoed through the chamber as the purple runic arrays shattered like thin glass. Behind him, Xiong Xia's jaw dropped in absolute disbelief. He actually broke such a powerful formation. Zhu Zhao grinned, his tusks gleaming in the fading light. We definitely followed the right person this time. Guiha's eyes sparkled with deep admiration. Boss is awesome. Suddenly, a massive vortex of deep purple spatial energy tore open directly above them, swirling violently in the middle of the corridor. Zhao Mu's eyes widened as the sudden gravitational pressure hit his flying sword. Perceiving the sudden threat, Guiha lunged forward frantically, shielding Zhao Mu with his own reptilian body. Boss, watch out. Wait, Zhao Mu commanded calmly, holding out a hand to stop his loyal follower as he sensed no hostility from the portal. From the center of the glowing purple array, a projection materialized, revealing the serene face of an elder in purple robes. My disciple, a gentle voice echoed through the rift. Recognizing the familiar presence instantly, Zhao Mu gasped in surprise as he called out, Master. Zhao Mu looked up as the projection flickered above him. No wonder, he mused, a small, knowing smile playing on his lips. The only one in the entire demon sect capable of setting up a formation like this is Elder Jian. The white-bearded elder in the spatial projection narrowed his eyes, his expression solemn. How did you end up in the enforcement hall's dungeon? And you even broke the heaven and earth 5-element array formation I set up all those years ago. Zhao Mu clasped his hands respectfully toward the projection. Han Rong fears that my talent would one day become a threat to the demon clan, so she framed me and threw me into this dungeon. The elder's face darkened instantly with righteous anger. Han Rong, how dare she do such a thing? Behind Elder Jiang, two other elders stepped into view, their expressions twisted in fury. I was wondering why so many strange things had been happening lately. The Holy Land kept assigning the three of us to deal with trivial matters, one growled. So they were after you all along, the second elder realized, his fists clenched tight. Damn those demons. Elder Jiang turned back to Zhao Mu, his voice urgent as the projection began to destabilize. Now that you've broken the formation, the enforcement hall must have noticed. Run with everything you've got. The three of us will be there to meet you soon. Yes, Master. Zhao Mu responded, bowing deeply. With a loud, resounding crack, the barrier surrounding the dungeon shattered entirely into golden fragments. Follow me. Move. Zhao Mu shouted, surging forward through the collapsing structure as his golden aura blazed around him. Got it. Guiha roared, trailing right behind alongside the other two demon kings. Zhao Mu gritted his teeth, shielding his face as he pushed his flying speed to its absolute limit through the breaking portal. Just a little further, and we'll finally be out of this hellhole. A sudden, blinding burst of sunlight broke through the darkness as they breached the surface. Squinting against the overwhelming radiance, Zhao Mu shielded his eyes. So bright. As the blinding light cleared, a masked demoness clad in gleaming golden armor descended through the clouds, flanked by a squad of enforcers. Her long reddish hair whipped in the wind as her sharp, hidden gaze locked onto the escaping prisoners. Zhao Mu, you've got some nerve, her voice echoed ominously across the sky. Floating effortlessly high above the shattered cavern entrance, she looked down with absolute contempt. Not only did you escape from prison, you even dared to free the prisoners. Your crimes have reached their absolute limits. Hovering closer, her golden armor caught the daylight as she issued a cold, unyielding ultimatum. If I execute you on the spot right now, do you accept your punishment as guilty? Zhao Mu stood his ground, his eyes narrowing as he analyzed the sheer pressure radiating from her squad. She still had another trump card. Just how many tricks does Han Rong have up her sleeve? Boss. Guiha rumbled nervously, taking a protective stance behind him. Without another word, the golden-armored warrior plunged her hand downward, summoning a barrage of blinding light beams. Brilliant golden spears rained from the heavens like a divine execution, tearing through the clouds directly toward them. Boss, watch out, the demon kings cried in alarm. Moving with lightning speed, Zhao Mu crossed his arms as glowing, intricate runic patterns flared to life across his sleeves and skin. The radiant defensive array deflected the searing rays of light, sending sparks cascading into the sky. Now that I've reached the fifth layer of the core formation realm, ordinary attacks can't touch me, but I can't keep relying on defense forever. He realized, his mind racing for a counter-offensive. Before he could strike back, Xiong Xia stepped out in front, his body surging with fiery demon chi. Boss, get out of here. We'll hold them off. Zhu Zhao roared in agreement, his tusks bared as he prepared to throw himself into battle. Boss, hurry. Go to Wild Beast Ridge and tell Miss Lu about this. Tell her I'll repay her kindness in the next life. He's right, Gue Ha added, standing firmly alongside his comrades to shield their leader. Zhao Mu watched as the three demon kings positioned themselves in front of him, a confident, fierce smile spreading across his face. For three filthy beasts, they're surprisingly loyal. Above them, the masked demoness crossed her arms as a colossal, glowing golden sword light materialized in the sky. Gathering catastrophic power, she launched the massive divine slash straight down toward the group. Y'all stubborn monsters should just die, she screamed as the air crackled with destructive force. Instead of retreating, Zhao Mu surged forward, his body igniting in a blinding blaze of golden fire. Don't worry, he shouted to his three followers, his eyes locked onto the incoming threat. I won't abandon you. Shooting into the heavens like a meteor, Zhao Mu raised his golden greatsword to meet the descending slash head-on. Boom! The sky exploded in a blinding shockwave as the two powerful attacks collided, sending fierce golden energy crackling across the horizon and shattering the surrounding clouds. Deflecting the massive strike, Zhao Mu hovered in mid-air, bathed in fiery aura with his golden blade at the ready. He glanced back over his shoulder toward his allies, his voice steady and resolute. Come on then, show me everything your enforcement hall has got.